dream of adventure, calling out my name, guiding me through the unknown, igniting the flame into the wild.
One of the questions that Sophanny and I get asked regularly is about foreigners buying land or property here in Cambodia. Sophanny and I have actually, we own properties already here in Cambodia together under both names. But when it comes to buying land or a house on land or a ground floor apartment, it's a little bit more difficult. However, Sophanny and I have been looking around at some land in different places of Phnom Penh for a while now. And today we've come out to actually look at some other land that's about 2 hours south. Sorry, I've got to keep looking where I'm walking here because we're on a bit of a dirt road. So yeah, about 2 hours southwest of Phnom Penh. One of the reasons why we're looking at the land out here is because it's at the foothills of Kirirom. Now, Kirirom is a massive big mountain that's extremely popular with locals and also international travellers. There's a number of resorts there. It's a very boutique type area. So there's a lot of cafes, restaurants, guest houses, resorts, the whole lot. But we're just going to go for a wander around and I'll tell you more about how you, as a foreigner, can invest in land and property here. So stay with me and we'll show you around. We'll show you around the land that we're looking at. We'll show you around Kirirom and we'll answer some of those questions as we go. All right, so let's start with the land that we're looking at. So the land that we're looking at is two different blocks. We're just on the first one here right now, which is right behind me here. It's roughly 500 square metre block of land. It's still under development at the minute. There's just dirt and dirt roads. But one of the other reasons I'm looking at these two particular blocks is because all the way around this block here and the next one is actually a river. Runs right around. So this would be a dead-end street. It can't go any further. There's a river right here, or a small river. I shouldn't really call it a river. It's not really that wide. It's only about maybe 15-20 meters wide. And yeah, so there'll be beautiful water flowing through here. At the moment, whilst they're developing, they've cut the ends of it off so that whilst they can develop, it's not going to be full of water, which is fair enough as well. And also the beautiful mountain views that are right up behind us here that you can possibly see, which we'll go up soon and have a look around Kirirom. These are the beautiful views up over the mountains. This used to be a mango farm, so there is literally tens of thousands of mango trees still here. But you can see they're still developing it. It hasn't even got any roads in here. They're just dirt roads, very, very soft. So they'll be a little while off of that. And you can see here where this tree line runs around here is where the river is that they've currently closed off whilst they're doing all this land work here, so that there's no chance of it the blocks going underwater or corrosion in. So they're fixing up all of that. So it's quite good. So let's start with how much of these blocks are land. Well, as I said, they're about 2 hours southwest of Phnom Penh, which then makes them a hell of a lot cheaper than Phnom Penh. The blocks we've been looking at in Phnom Penh are quite expensive for what you get and for what our future plans are. So we're looking at alternatives, and this is one of the alternatives. Now this particular block that we're looking at is 13,500 USD. Sounds cheap, doesn't it? It is. It is pretty cheap, but as I said, we're 2 hours southwest of Phnom Penh, and there's not a great deal of development, I guess you could say, here. When I say development, I mean things like hospitals and stuff like that. So you won't get any of that out here. It's just mainly guest houses, resorts, cafes, that type of thing out here. So, but it's very pretty. beautiful outlook. I mean, you imagine spending some time out here, and especially once they sell all these blocks, which a lot of them already are sold. There is literally hundreds of them out here. A lot of them already are sold, and people have already started building on them. So eventually this is going to be full of homes here, probably in the next couple of years, I would say, by what they've already developed. This is where the river wraps around, you can see, and then it goes back around the corner here, and the block of land that we were just on is just over there where that hut is, and that wraps all the way around those blocks where you can see that other tree line going across there. So this is the second block here. Now I'm not sure if you can see this, but this one slopes down a lot towards the river. It's in a great position. Road wrapping all the way around it, a little bit more secluded and surrounded by, let's call it jungle, which makes it quite a nice outlook. However, that slope is quite big and would take a lot of earthworks to build something on there. As I said, this one is 13,000, 13,500 for the other one. Leave your comments down below. Which one would you purchase? This one has the river a lot closer, I suppose you could say. Is that a good thing? Possibly. I like it. I think the outlook of it is quite nice, but the slope of it is definitely a concern. It's actually very up and down, and would take a lot of work to build something on there. Yeah, it's a big slope, big drop away here. You'd also have to get all these trees removed, which would cost you money as well. And the block behind it is higher, which means when it gets built on, they're probably going to block out your views to Kirirom Mountain. But you leave your comments below. We are looking at these for a particular reason. I'm not going to go into that right now, what that reason is. That's probably for some future episodes should we decide to buy one of these. But I think the outlook of the mountain and the river on the other block definitely might be the go. It's only $500 more. I think you'd spend more than $500 getting these trees cut down and the earthworks out here. It's a big slope. You probably can't see it, but I reckon it drops down at the front of the block the best part of 1.5 meters, maybe even more actually, from the top to the bottom. Excuse my glasses, it's pretty bright out here. Just trying to protect my eyes a little bit in my older years. So let's answer the question. Can foreigners buy land or house and land or a bottom level condo in an apartment blocks in Cambodia? Simple answer to that is no, you can't. So what options do you have? Well, let's continue on with the video and I'll tell you about some options that you have to make it happen and to create a better life for yourself. If you're living in a Western country, you would know now how expensive everything is. And as a couple of blocks that I just shown you, how much cheaper it is to live here. So let's continue on our look around Kirirom, and I'll come back to you and start telling you about how you can buy land here. So we're just heading up the mountain now. We're about halfway up the mountain, and when you come up here, approximately halfway, you come across this little village area where all the local Cambodians always stop. One of the reasons why they stop is it's a bit of a sacred site, I suppose you could say, right here. And they buy offerings for Buddha here, and we'll go and talk to Buddha, and basically ask for a safe passage up to the top of the mountain. I'll stop here and I'll buy the incense, bananas, water, that type of thing, and I will head over that way and offer the offerings to Buddha and put some money in the boxes there and say a little prayer. Buddha. As you can see, a lot of people head up this way. It's very common. It's a beautiful area. Got Li Mang here. Li Mang is Sophanny's nephew and her other nephew, Watanek. How are you, Watanek? Good?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yes.
What about you, Li Mang? You good?
I'm good too.
They both speak exceptional English. They learn English at school. And they just got a little brother 4 weeks ago. Odom is his name. We'll have him on camera one day.
In the night under the stars so bright, a whisper of wind along and deep inside, setting sail on a sea of dreams where nothing is.
So we're up the top of the mountain. This is one little section of it. Just going to tell you where we are here. This is in English, basically says Domnak Sanak. What that means is long years ago, the king used to live up here. And this is actually his old house here. So we'll go for a little walk up here. I was just showing you all this so you can see Kirirom. It's actually all the old ruins of the house there. I'm not going to go up there at the minute. There's not really anything left there to see, to be honest with you. I've been up there a number of years ago, had a look around. That's the way. There's magnificent views down here. There's a lake right down the bottom there, looking through this valley. Wander inside here. This is here sort of tells a bit of the story around the whole area here. I won't bore you with all of that at the minute, but this is a model of Kirirom. You can see here. And so basically, this is where we are here. This spot here. Scenic is down this way, Kampot, Phnom Penh, where we came from. And we came up this way, down through Kampong Spool, and down into here. And then you've got Korong over here. And this is goes over into Thailand over that way, and Vietnam is this way. Quality handrails here. But the views are sensational. Absolutely stunning. This is one of the reasons why we're looking at some land here. Somebody's telling their nephews not to go near the railings because of how dangerous they are. So we've made our way to another section of Kirirom, this little village here, which we're just wandering down this laneway here, if that's what you want to call it. And it's going to take us down to the waterfalls, which are quite sensational. We actually came camping here a couple of years ago. It was stunning, except it poured down raining during the night, which didn't make it ideal, but anyway, you still got to do it and enjoy it. This is a lot lower in water than last time we were here. Last time we were here, this area here was completely underwater. So obviously it's dry season now, hence why it's a lot lower, but it's still very, very pretty nonetheless. So keep making our, oh yeah, there's rapids there. I'll see if I can find some pictures for you, and from a couple of years ago, and I'll put in here and show you what it looks like today to what it looked like a couple of years ago when we came camping here. There's no way you would have sat down there like those people are doing, that's for sure. You would have got washed away. You can rent these little huts and sit down here and eat and go swimming if you want to go swimming. It's quite a picturesque little area here in the mountain. Made it right up to the very top of the mountain now. Up here there's a few different resorts and campgrounds up here, and where we're walking to now takes you through to a nice big cafe. If you've been watching any of my videos in the past, you'll know that I always seek out great coffee shops, and this is one of them. I latte moi.
104,
latte.
please come in.
25%.
104, please come in.
Thank you. So walk up this little pathway here. I'm not sure what the idea of having all the flags from around the world is, but they are here. There's a little mini mart up here and ice cream shops, and it's a very Instagrammable spot up here. The view is amazing. What are your choices as a foreigner to buy land? So basically there's three different ways that you can buy land as a foreigner here in Cambodia. The first one is have a Khmer partner. Then you have to put the land in their name only. It cannot go in your name. Some people will see that as a risk, and I understand that. If Sophanny and I were to purchase one of the blocks that we looked at today, that's what we would do. It would go into Sophanny's name. I'm not scared of doing that. The blocks are not expensive, and we already have a number of properties anyway, so if anything should happen, she's gonna lose out somewhere along the line as well, so I'm not too concerned about that side of things. The other option is what they call a land corporation, I think it's called from memory, and that's 50. That land then has to be owned 51% by a Khmer person. So you're also taking a risk there, and you own 49% of it. There's a little bit involved in that. I'm not going to get into that. That's something, if you want to do, you look into that yourself. The other option, which is also a very good option for Australians and potentially anybody else, any other countries that you have superannuation funds. So, for example, Australia has what they call a self-managed super fund that you can then set up a trust here in Cambodia, and your super fund actually has to have property associated to that fund. So basically what that means is that the property is earning income for your super trust fund. You do have to have somebody in Cambodia that manages that fund for you. So for example, if that was me, I could have Sophanny managing that fund for me. Obviously I can oversee it all. I'm not too concerned about that option. I've only got 5 years left to go, and I can claim all my super anyway out of Australia, so I'm not too worried about that side of things. And the land, should we purchase something now, it's for a 5 to 10 year plan that we have anyway, so it would kind of overlap that, so I'm not sort of too concerned about that at all. But there are a few different options, but if it's something that you're interested in, do the research yourself. There is potentially other options that I don't know about. They're the options that I do know about. So, but yeah, do the research yourself. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not telling you what to do. You make up that decision yourself. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed a little look around. I hope you enjoyed a little look around Kirirom, the blocks of land, giving you an idea of some of the things that you could potentially buy here. And we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.